Now, here to talk about the case, we've got former NYPD officer and private investigator Bill Stanton, and we also have maritime attorney Jack Hickey. I got to tell you, Jack, I mean, he's been there. He knows how it works. Want to go to you for a second, Jack Hickey, to talk about how the cruise lines handled this. Our Turkish investigator from exclusive to Scarborough Country also discovered that the Turkish investigators were angry, very frustrated. They were allowed on the ship, but they tell our guy they weren't given enough time to ask the right questions, to check out the crime scene, to get to the bottom of this, because the ship steamed off in another direction before they could finish their investigation. They were rushed off the ship and told no more investigations. Today, tell me, is that the way cruise lines usually handle these type of situations?
Well, thank you, Joe. I think so. This is just absolutely par for the course for the cruise lines who want to control everything. They control their world. They're on an internationally flagged vessel. In the case of Royal Caribbean, a vessel which is flagged either in Norway or the Bahamas or Liberia, and they control everything. And what people have to know is that on these cruise ships, there's very little law enforcement, very little medical care, very little of anything that you are used to and you think that would be provided.
Hey, Jack, I hate to interrupt you. I got to ask you this question, though. Maybe it's the former congressman in me that makes me ask the question, why can't Congress require that if you were going to take American passengers predominantly from an American port on a cruise, obviously in the Caribbean and some other places, why can't you demand that those ships be flagged in the United States of America so the FBI can have complete control in these investigations?
Well, Joe, you've asked a very good question, which is not going to be pushed in Congress, I don't think, anytime soon. The answer is they don't want to be flagged in the United States because then they'll be subject to U.S. taxation, and that's what it comes down to. Of course, secondarily, they're going to be subject to all of the regulations in the United States. So that's a huge, huge door that they don't want to walk through. And in fact, the reason why they have maintained their international status for so long, one reason, is that they do have lobbyists in Congress. And in fact, on your show on August 4th on your show, you interviewed Michael Cry, the president of the International Council of Cruise Lines, based out of Washington, D.C., even though there are no cruise lines based in Washington, that said that Royal Caribbean's highest priority is to bring this to closure and provide answers. And you talk about,
it always does seem, from talking to you, Jack, and other people who know how this industry works, it seems that so many people are cynical about the industry and say that is the goal, is just to bring them to closure. Jack, thank you for being with us. Bill Stanton, as always, appreciate you being here. We're going to ask you all to come back later this week. Sorry couldn't have you longer tonight. A totally packed show.